This week I want to talk about my love-hate relationship with series. I originally didn't think I'd have a lot to say, but then I decided to prepare for this vlog and take out all my books that are part of a series. And if any of you follow me on Twitter, you'll realise that on Monday of this week, I was pretty shocked at how angry I was getting with all these series. This vlog also ties in nicely with the All Summer All Series challengey book related thing that I'll be taking part of. You can read more about that in the links below rather than me trying to explain that now. So here next to me is my stack of series books that I've read. The ones I've not read is probably double this size, and I just didn't have enough room here to try and show them all. But this stack will be good enough to demonstrate my love-hate relationship with books that are part of a series. First of all, incomplete series. I seem to have a lot of incomplete series here and in my cupboards. But what's more weird is the fact I have incomplete series that I've read all the books of. For example, the Spiderwick Chronicles. I have book 1, 2 and 4. Where's 3 and 5? I'm sure there's 5 anyway. Here's another brilliant example. Is the Louise Renington series. Now, as you can see, I have 4. I have 4 and definitely not the first 4. That's number 1. I believe this is number 3. 4. This is number 4. Okay, that's number 5, so we do have a bit of a pass in there. And then this one is number 8. I have read some of them, but I borrowed them from the library, the ones I'd read. Next is manga series. This could pretty much go to any of the manga series that I have in this stack, but it's how expensive they are. For a book you can probably read in an hour or under, the price of $13.95 US. I'd say that's a pretty large amount, especially when they're quite short as well. Another manga that, again, price, and it says $15.95. Then we have my all-time favourite pet hate with series. I have the full collection here, it's just I've not read the 3rd book, so that's stacked away elsewhere. But when you buy the series, and then there's the movie cover too. I'm one of those people who needs complete series. So, as in like the covers have to match. So when I bought this book, I was about 90% of the way through, and I was really upset I nearly finished it. So I went to my local shop, and the only book they had on sale was one with this cover. Not that I should really complain, because Numi is really great at portraying Lisbeth, but it's not a matching set. So I bought that movie cover so I could read it, and I also bought the 3rd book with the matching cover, and I was lucky enough to win a giveaway with a choice of book, so rather than use my own money, I kind of used someone else's to get this copy, so I could have a complete set. I will end up rereading this series one day though, so it's not a complete waste. Pretty covers. This is definitely not a hate. I mean, there's so many positive things I could say about all the others that I've shown, but I just wanted to point out how many negative things I could be about series, or at least how picky I am. They were selling them pretty cheap to buy the 3 together in Waterstones, but you had to get the ugly cover, and I'm sorry, but this is way more appealing than the other ones. I'm sure there's a lot of books that fall into this category, but this one I want to talk about is reading books that are part of a series, the first in the series, but you're not sure whether you want to continue it or not. Kind of leaves you with mixed feelings, and you're not sure what to do. Now you're sat here thinking, how could you say anything negative about Divergent? I know you're thinking it, because hey, I wasn't expecting to enjoy it as much as I did. The next thing about this is when you read the first of a series, you really enjoy it, and then you don't have the funds to buy the sequel. The whole reason behind this video, or the series that set me off, is a series of unfortunate events. The reason being is I know for a fact I have all the books. Well, the first 10. But my collection doesn't seem to include the first 10 anymore. Instead, we have 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So there's quite a few reasons for me to hate series, and I'm sure quite a few of you book lovers will be able to relate to what I've been talking about. But the reason I want to point it out is because series are also probably one of the best things about books, especially when it's a really good series that you know you don't want to put down. Like Harry Potter, for example. I know that has changed so many people's lives. And that pretty much concludes my love-hate relationship with series. So from last week's currently reading, I was reading Divergent. I actually finished it probably the day after the video was uploaded. I didn't get any questions on it because obviously this is still new. Hopefully this time around I'll get more questions and stuff, but a lot of people were talking to me about Divergent and were like asking me if I was enjoying it and saying how much they loved it and they hoped I liked it too. And this week, or well, at least right now, I'm reading Dark Kiss by Michelle Rowan, and I got it from NetGalley, and I'm really enjoying it. I think the questions you start off with at the beginning of the book, have just more or less been answered, but obviously you've got more questions now, and the main storyline seems to just be starting. I have a feeling it's going to be a pretty good book though, so if you have any questions about it, leave comments. And I'll see you in 2 weeks. I should probably keep that bit in so you can just hear that all my books have just fallen over.